Hello, everyone, and welcome to Take 5. This is the end of the week in our conversations through the book of James as we allow it to speak into our lives. And this is a really good passage as it relates to, it relates to what we're doing. It relates to reading the Bible. It relates to how it applies to our life. And I think it's going to have some really significant things to say to us. So let me read just a few verses. I think we're going to be in James 1, probably just verses 22 all the way to 25. But listen, here's what it says. Be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. Let that set in. Doers of the word, not just hearers. That goes with Take 5. That goes with every time we go to church or open our Bibles to read it. Be doers of the word, not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. For if anyone is a hearer of the word and not a doer, he's like a man who looks intently at his natural face in a mirror. For he looks at himself and goes away and at once forgets what he was like. But the one who looks into the perfect law, into the law of liberty, he says, and perseveres, he doesn't quit, perseveres, being no hearer who forgets, but a doer who acts, he will be blessed in his doing. That's pretty important. It's easy just to hear. I was driving this morning to Bible study and listening on the radio, and I was hearing the word. I could have just ignored it and not applied it at all. There's not much benefit to that. Hearing the word. It's sort of like when you hear it and don't do it. We hear all these instructions about diets that get the carbs out of your life, get the sugars out of your life. I was on a Whole30 diet a while ago. Now, I read about it, and you can read about diets. You can read them all you want, but if you don't apply it, you're not going to lose any weight and you're not going to be any healthier. Many years ago, I bought something called the Canadian Royal Air Force Exercise Book. I think they're still around, but it's all about calisthenics and aerobic and getting in shape. And I remember I bought this book, and my wife made fun of me about it. I bought it, and it was a good book, and I put it on my nightstand, and it sat there for weeks. I didn't do a thing. And so you know what? I bought the book. I even read the first few pages, but I didn't get in any better shape. Now, I'm being obvious, but that's what this text is saying. Be doers of the word and not hearers only, deceiving yourselves. It's interesting he says deceiving yourselves. And we can deceive ourselves by thinking, if I just read this book, there's magic here, and somehow just reading it will change me. No, I can just listen to sermons all day long and just listening to them will change me. No, I've got to do it. And then he uses the example, if anyone is a hearer only, he's like the one who looks in the mirror and then goes away. It's like I look in the mirror in the morning and say, man, Paul, you need to shave. And then I leave and go to my day's work completely unshaven. That's what it's like. It's like looking at the word and saying, wow, I need to love my wife better. I need to be more generous. I need to be kinder. I need to worship the Lord as it describes him, and then just go away and live my normal life. It's obvious, but that's what it's saying. The scriptures are so important. They're God's gift to us. But if I'm only a hearer and not a doer, it's not going to change my life at all, and I will deceive myself. The one who looks into the perfect law, it's perfect. But then he calls it the law of liberty. Applying the scriptures are not going to restrict me. They're going to free me up to live the way I'm intended to live. It's the law of liberty. And perseveres. Don't quit. Keep on doing it. Remember, this is written to people that are scattered all over the place, and the desire to quit is real. Don't quit, even during COVID time. And we have to keep disciplining ourselves to do the things that we're doing. Don't quit. Keep doing your disciplines. Read your scriptures even and apply them. Don't quit. The one that does this and perseveres, being no hearer who forgets, but a doer who acts, he will be blessed in his doing. How are we blessed by the scriptures? Not by just listening to them, but by doing them. Let's decide to do that now. To be hearers of this 5 minutes but let's do it. Let's read the scriptures, and then let's apply what we know. Let's apply what we hear, and then we'll be blessed. I'll see you next week as we continue Take 5. So long.